What's up, you guys? Welcome to another video. I'm Perry Covington with Ronin 7 Entertainment, and today we're going to be talking about voiceovers. So let's get to it. Hey, you guys, welcome back, my Ronin warriors. So, voiceovers. Some of you out there might be thinking, what's a voiceover? Why would I ever have to use that? Well, for several reasons, especially if you're in the realm of doing commercials and or making documentaries. Voiceovers are a tool that are used by filmmakers all the time to convey messages while you're watching images go across the screen. Pretty straightforward stuff. Now, how do you do a voiceover and have it sound good? That is what we're going to be talking to you about today. One of our own, Neil Mabini from Ronin 7 Entertainment, is going to be talking to you about setup for voiceovers, how to prepare for a voiceover, and how to take care of your voice when you're doing a voiceover. Now, we're not going to teach you how to become an amazing voiceover actor. By no means. That's not really our thing. But we will teach you how to record it, how to sound good doing it, and how to make sure that when you put that product out, it sounds professional. So we'll give it over to Neil. Neil, all yours, man.
Oh, hey, Perry. I didn't realize we're doing this thing today, right now. Whew, all right. Hey, just give me about 5 minutes. I'll get the studio ready and I'll be right with you. Whew. All right, I'm back. Thanks for holding it down for me, Perry. Wait, what? How did I get here so fast? Duh, I'm a Ronin. Thank you for holding it down, Perry. For all our warriors out there, my name is Neil Mabini, and I'm going to go over 3 tips on what you can do to prepare to record a professionally sounding voiceover track. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to go over any voice acting techniques. Okay, that's a whole nother course. And the first tip that we're going to go over today, all right, tip number 1 is, of course, the mic. The mic is the tool of the trade, all right? And yes, you can spend a ton of money on the mic, and you could, again, and also the recording equipment that comes along with it. But you don't have to. You could start off with a very moderate kind of setup, work your way up to that, like get your own studio and all that kind of stuff, but you definitely need to start somewhere. And again, that starting point is the microphone, all right? And I'm not going to go over any kind of branding when it comes to microphones. What I am going to go over is getting you to understand the polar pattern of the microphone, because that is important when it comes to your microphone selection. So polar pattern is also known as the directional sensitivity of the mic. All right, so different mics have different sensitivity to directions, basically how it picks up the sound. Okay. We have unidirectional mics, and those come in 2 kind of flavors or 2 kind of forms. So there are the cardioid mics and the supercardioid mics. Okay, so a cardioid mic is it can detect sound from 130-degree kind of radius cone, if you will. I felt like I'm doing the Hadouken right there, right? No, so it's a 130-degree cone in one direction coming from the mic. So that definitely is a great option for you, because then it's just picking up all the sound in your face hole, your mouth hole, coming out of your mouth hole, right? So that's one that you might want to look into getting. In my case, I personally have a supercardioid mic. So what that is it has a more narrow of a cone, about 110-degree cone of sound, or of area in front of the mic that it can pick up, but it can also has some sensitivity to the sound behind it. All right, so not as strong as the front-facing mic, but it is still there. And unfortunately, that is the mic that I'm using right now, but I got it at a good price. All right, so don't hate me. You might drive a lot of sound engineers crazy as they try to clean up your audio track with all the pops and the clicks and the unnecessary breathing and things like that in the track. So along with the mic, often you'll get what's called a windscreen or a windsock. All right, so that definitely want to put on there. That'll help with like the over breathing and things like that. All right, but there's also what's called a pop shield, a pop screen, pop filter, whatever you want to call it. but it essentially is just that. It screens or guards against the popping sounds as you speak. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and hopefully we can just cut through the fumbling and all that kind of stuff that I'm going to do, or I don't know, maybe you're going to go ahead and show it. There you go. Ta-da! But that's tip number one, and it all starts with the mic. Okay? Second tip I want to go over is posture or positioning. Okay? So that is definitely important when you perform your voiceover track. So what do I mean by that? All right. So if you noticed, I had my distance. I wasn't right up on the mic. All right, and I wasn't too far away from the mic. One form of positioning is you want to have your face about a hand's width away from the mic. Okay. And I know I shouldn't be touching my face because of what's going on, but you know, sacrifices have to be made to demonstrate to you guys proper technique. When it comes to posture and positioning, also you really got to worry about your height in relation to the mic. Okay, if you want to go super low like this, yeah, you can. You can set up the mic a little lower. I don't know if you can still see me in the video, but you can do that. But you're kind of scrunching in your wind tunnel or your diaphragm, which is going to potentially impede your ability to project properly. But when you have to go and do more of like an energetic or kind of a loud kind of voiceover track, this lower position could be potentially harder, or it could make it potentially harder for you to do that. All right, so you can do that, or you can open up the diaphragm by going up a little higher, being able to have your kind of legs a little straighter, a little lower, as opposed to kind of up against your abdomen, and it'll allow you to project your voice a little better. And if you're really going to go into high energy, or if you're going to be like doing an activity or something like that, if that's what the script calls for, you might want to even look at standing or setting up like a stool, so you can be higher as you are performing the script. All right, so that was tip number 2, your posture, your positioning. Okay, so now let's go over the final tip. Once I get this situated, there you go. This final tip is all about your voice. You have to care for your voice, and the way you do that is by keeping it hydrated and making sure you're getting enough rest. So especially if you're going to go into a very long voice recording session, you should get enough rest the night before. Rest your voice a lot the night before. Don't strain it. Don't go out karaokeing, singing Sweet Caroline at midnight, having a few drinks, and singing on the magic mic all night. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily the best thing for you to do if you got a long voiceover recording session the next day. I'm looking at you, Perry. Anyways, all right, so but why is hydration so important? If you might have heard through some of the tracks I recorded, you're going to hear some of the that kind of noise as I talk, and some people can train that kind of thing away, but a lot of that has to do with you not being hydrated enough. So like, let's say you had just gone for a run in the morning right before the voice recording session, and you didn't drink enough water, or maybe, I don't know, your elbows deep in a big old tub of cheesy poof balls, and your voice is super dry, or your throat is super dry because you've been eating nothing but the cheesy balls all day. That's something that could be a bad thing. And the way you combat that, again, is just through proper hydration. And yeah, you could try drinking some of the other stuff out there with a bunch of sugar in it, sodas, things like that. But really the best thing for you is good old H2O. Like like you have to go to the bathroom now because you drank so much water, kind of hydrated. And I think that's the kind of hydrate that I am right now. So, excuse me for a minute. All right, feel better. Where were we at now? Your voice is the most important thing when it comes to the voiceover process, right? Because that is your instrument of choice. That's your medium of performance. That's what makes you the money, right? So it pays really to take care of your voice, all right? So make sure, one, that you're getting plenty of rest, the night before, and also make sure that you are staying hydrated throughout the day, starting with when you wake up in the morning, all right? H2O is the best thing. Stay away from the sodas. There you have it. All right, so let me just go review the tips one more time. Number one, M is your microphone, all right? P, posture/positioning, and V, your voice, all right? If you want to rearrange that another way to make it easier for you to remember MVP. So mic, voice, positioning, all right? Mic, voice, positioning. Those are your 3 tips to turning out a professional voiceover product that will pay you. Anyways, that's all I got. Perry, back to you. Swipe.
Neil, you're the best. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for helping us out on learning about tips and tricks on how to conduct a voiceover. So if you guys like this video, we'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, get ready for more content as it comes out, hit that bell. And as always, thank you so much for joining us on this adventure. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.